Double Masters 2022 apparently is an unstoppable juggernaut. Just like the Energizer Bunny, Double Masters 2022 just keeps going and going. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks for hanging out with me on the channel today. When you look at how well they've constructed Double Masters 2022, it should come as no surprise that the sales are as high as they are. With different rarities and different levels of difficulty getting cards, it is leaving so many options open to players who just want to get a base copy nice and cheap and get it into their collection, or maybe you're a full art borderless collector, or maybe a textured foil. With the options available, the sales have just been so strong, and they've been dominating my top 10 videos since last week. Now we'll be counting the video down from number 10 to number 1 to show you the hottest selling cards in Magic this week, and it is really something to pay attention to because it lets you know what players are really diving into right now on the secondary market. I know I got some emails and stuff, guys, asking about cards coming up, maybe Dominaria and stuff. I will be covering that in some later videos. This is a Hot 10 video. We have to show off the cards that are selling the most quantities right now, not by price, but by sheer volume. So ready for this? Let's get started. Force of Negation Double Masters 2022 starts out the week with 296 sales this week. Now, when you're taking a look at a card like this, you can recognize the value of having cards like this in your collection. A lot of players were hoping that a card like Force of Negation being reprinted like this would be touching down to that $30, $35 level US, but that's just not how things are going to unfold. It still is a premium product in Double Masters 2022. A lot of money was spent by players to open these boxes, and due to that and the value of the card, don't expect this card to really lose a lot of value anytime soon. Players will hang in there and hold on to this card until it starts to rebound in price. It makes perfect sense to me as a player as well. I'm not going to accept a $30 offer from a store or a $20 offer of trade-in. I'm going to wait for this card to bounce back up to the $50, $60, $70 mark before doing a trade or a sale. And I know a lot of players who are actually holding on to this. They just don't want to let it go in case they need it for another deck, so they're just hanging in there. Now, number 9 this week is Blood Artist Double Masters 2022. You can see there the price is super cheap now. Couple of bucks to get this card into your house. No major price changes. It's going to stay pretty steady. 431 sales is very reasonable. Now, it's not a particularly powerful card in the sense, oh, it's a 0/1, but look what the card does. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This thing can be devastating in token sacrifice decks or board wipe decks where you can somehow keep this card around. I've actually played against this when I was play testing out my white commander angel deck, and it just got blown away by this card, and I didn't pay enough attention to it. At this value, it's just amazing to see cards like this have come down from that $5, $6 level. A reprinting makes it a very affordable option for so many players out there, and they are taking advantage of it, and that's just fantastic. Now, our number 8 card this week is Sensei's Divining Top with 526 sales. This one has had a dip in price. This is the base copy from Double Masters 2022, not one of the fancy full art, borderless, cool Kamigawa looking ones, which truly are, I mean, they're amazing as well. And a lot of players are happy that it's hanging in around this level because it gives them a great option of picking one up now before the price rebounds. As a 1 casting cost generic, being able to look at the 3 top cards of your library and putting them back in any order, and then actually being able to draw the card by putting the top back on the top of your deck and then drawing that card, this isn't, I mean, I use this in my Type 1, Type 1? Whatever you call it, vintage, legacy, my old school, kitchen table deck. It has this card in it, original one from whatever it was from the Kamigawa block, but amazing to have, okay? Love the card, can't say enough good things about it, and now it's an affordable option for a lot of players out there, and that's what it's all about. You want players to be able to play these cards and have a good time, but you need them to have some collectability and value as well, and that's why players who think it might be a little cheap for this version might go for the fancier, more blinged out Kamigawa Neon Dynasty looking one, because that is an awesome card. I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit jealous. I don't have it, I know. Now, the Rot Farm. Some people asked me about this card last week. I got a comment and say, I did notice sales last week, but it made the top 10 now. It's on our hot 10, 680 sales this week. It's only a couple of dollars for this full art borderless version, okay? You're looking at around $2 here in Canada for each copy, which is still really cheap for a bounce land like this. And there are reasons to have these inside your decks. I know a lot of players will find them kind of slow, but they are selling well and players are playing with them. So as much as we might think it's slow in a competitive EDH deck, a lot of players will say, no, we're just playing casual with friends. We want to be able to bounce these kind of cards around, have a good time. And they're going to go for the full art version because it's so inexpensive. The artwork just kind of speaks to you. I get it, guys. It's an amazing card. And it's just funny to see Double Masters is totally dominating again on the sales list this week. I love seeing this stuff happen. It just shows how happy people are with the set. Burning Tree Emissary comes in at number 6, the borderless version, 695 sales this week. The other version actually only had about half as many sales. People really like the borderless version, okay? When they see this and say, I've only got to spend like $2 Canadian to get this card, or $1 US, the foil's a couple of bucks, which I actually like that kind of variance. And overseas, it's like 35 cents euro to get that card into your house. Come on. It's a 2/2 when it comes into play, and then you get the mana back. Like, I love this stuff. You know, when it comes into enters the battlefield, add 1 red, 1 green. Multicasting stuff out can be amazing. Finding ways to bounce this back and recast it again, like, oh, so much fun. So much fun, and now so affordable for players and different versions if you want to bling it out a little bit. Love that stuff, and so cheap. So cheap. All right, number 5 this week is the Forexian Altar. This is the base copy, Double Masters 2022. 801 sales. That is pretty high considering the value of this card has not dropped that much. When you look at this card closely and recognize that it's been reprinted a couple times now, but players just want to get copies of it either so they don't have to switch it out between decks. Like, I wouldn't want to. I like to have a play set of 4 so I wouldn't have to rotate it too much. But players who have never been able to get a copy are now taking that chance and saying, am I going to take my chances opening a Double Masters pack? Or am I just going to spend a few extra bucks and just buy it directly for the card I actually want to get my hands on? And that's what people are doing. They are picking up the singles instead of cracking some of these premium product packs because they're just so expensive, but oh, so much fun to crack. All right, number 4, the Oracle of Moldiah. Now, this card is one I remember my friend having inside his Elf Commander deck that slaughtered me. 987 sales. Yeah, we're getting up there, guys. These are a lot of sales, a lot of money being spent, but look how the price has come down, okay? The different versions, this has now brought it down to a very affordable level, okay, for players to buy. $10 a card is not too much to ask when you're building something special like this. Just getting a base copy, you didn't want to spend $20 or $25, and now you got to spend just like less than half that. And that's why we're seeing the sales really start to reflect on that going forward. It's not going to be as cheap as you want. I'm sure a lot of players like it to be $3-4. If Wizards reprints it again, you might get it there. But right now, I can see this card actually starting to bounce back if the sales stay this strong, because I can't imagine there's that many out there when there's a couple thousand sales a week, right? It's going to start to bounce back. So if you don't have your copies, you might want to grab them now, call it a day, and get it out of your way, because I can't see it staying there quite yet. Now, number 3 this week is Smothering Tithe. Okay, Double Masters 2022 base edition, 1,209 sales. I know a lot of friends, a lot of people on my Discord, on my Patreon, who were so happy to see this card getting reprinted again, making it more affordable, more available to the player mass. I love it as well. I own a copy already, so I didn't have to go out and get more. But if I open one, I'm definitely going to hold on to my copy because I would like to get the one with the hand. That was in last week's video, I think, for the Hot 10. The big full art foil borderless version with the hand reaching across all the rings. This one's great, but I love the other one, okay? This reminds me of Midas. Everything you touch turned to gold. I look at this and say, there's a lot of sales. 1,209 is a significant number based on the price you're seeing for this product. This isn't cheap, guys. This isn't like a $10 card now. You're talking $30. I think it's almost $35 Canadian for this card. So it really is not like the cheapest of the cheap to get. But I guess it's still more available. And if you don't have the cash, $30 in trade is not the end of the world if there's cards you're not going to play with that do have some value. If you know it's a card you're never going to use because you just don't like that style of card, then I can see why players would trade in and go for something great. Let's go ahead now. Let's get you guys down to number 2, and that is going to be Path of... I couldn't believe this one. Path to Exile is number 2 this week from Double Masters 2022. 1,526 sales this week. I did not see this one coming, I'll be honest. All right, I look at it and say, all right, we got a foil for $3.98. We got an average price of $3.67. €2.48 to get this card to your house. But I think the original printing is actually cheaper if you guys look it up. The OG original is cheaper to get than this. But I look at it and go, that's a lot of sales. For this card, players said, you know what? Get myself a play set, I guess. I didn't see this one coming. Okay, I really didn't. I mean, it's like an auto include in so many commander decks that play white. You can just get rid of things out of your way, and I love that. And then, you know, they can go and get a basic land. My friend plays this against me all the time, and I played against him. But I just didn't see the sales on this being this strong, as it hasn't been in any of the top 10. The Hot 10 video hasn't had this in it for a very long time. So way to go, because Path of Exile, you know, you made it there, Path. I guess that's pretty amazing unto itself. All right, now, we are here, guys. We've gotten down to the number 1 selling card this week. You ready for this? I'm sure you guys will be surprised, but here we go. It is Teferi's Protection with 1,726 sales this week. Now, this card has dropped in price. Okay, I paid $60 for my version, and now it's less than half of that. And that is just awesome for players who want to have this card, okay? It's going to make it in a lot more decks now, a lot more available, and people can enjoy the same card that I mean, yeah, I lost some money on it. I get it. But at the same time, it's great for everyone else out there, so I don't mind. I'll take the hit and say, yes, it should be reprinted. I'm glad it's there. And some of the different foil full art borderless versions are just so cool looking that I want to get them really bad, but I'm not going to spend the money. So I look at that and say, yep, this was a very good video this week. A lot of cards really came down and said, hey, buy me, buy me, and buy me. And they're all Double Masters 2022. That's what really gets me going. These are all Double Masters. That whole list again. Dragons didn't make the list. No kooky, strange cards from some previous sets like New Capenna. No Triomes. Nothing. It's Double Masters 2022 dominating the market. Talk about building a good product. I don't think we're going to see things really overthrown or anything for about 2 weeks. I bet you Double Master stays in the Hot 10 for 2 more weeks, and then you might see other cards start to creep in there. Time will tell, but I'll let you guys know, because every week when you watch these videos, I will put the figures together for you. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the content today. I'm looking forward to sharing more videos with you each and every day of the week. Have an awesome day today. And of course, a big shout out to all the fantastic patrons on the channel who make videos like this possible. Without you guys, this channel just wouldn't be the way it is. So thank you everyone who contributes and helps out. Welcome back. If you made it this far in the video, you can put swallow your soul in the comments section to let me know you're still a special person. To let me know you made it to the end. So, I gotta be honest, it's super hot here in Toronto. I'm dying. This heat is killing me. It's so hot. There's like little drizzles of rain, but it's not really like cooling things off. If anything, it makes it more humid and hot. And I'm in the second floor now. I'm not in the basement. Remember where that flooded? I'm in the second floor, and it's just like killing me up here. Because you have the hot lights, so the AC is not really doing much in this room. It's like hot. But it's okay, because you're the special people. You made it this far. And you get to hear me gripe about stuff like this sometimes. It happens. Even in a perfect world, sometimes things don't go the way you plan. But, wow. Double Master sales is crazy. Most cards didn't even come close. It didn't crack 100 sales. It's crazy. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, don't forget, we've got more videos coming each and every day. Can't wait to share them with you guys. And am I missing something? I'd probably start my vacation coming this week. So videos might be sporadic, but they might be on time. You'll find out more on the Sunday video. Okay, I'll let you guys know how that goes. You'll check out the Sunday Hot 10. And you'll see at the end of the video, because you're a special person, that there's some more stuff. All right? All right. I'll see you guys later.